Ayan. Hello comics people, we're live. Ako si Mel Kasipit and welcome to Indie Comics Podcast. Kasama natin ang very special Comic-Con people, John Zamar at guest co-host si McCoy ulit. Ayan. Hello comics.
Hello everyone.
Comics boys.
Hello.
Ayan. So bago tayo mag-umpisa sa ating balitaktakan, let's share the link. Yung live link natin nasa Indie Comics Podcast Facebook page para maraming makanood. Okay, so ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Ayan. So bago tayo mag-umpisa John, para sa mga hindi pa masyadong nakakakilala sa iyo, sa mga first-time viewers, who are you and what do you do?
Okay. Hello sa lahat ng mga nakikinig or nanonood nitong podcast ng IKP. Ako si John Zamar. Isa po akong mahilig sa comics. Yeah. For 20 years, nag-organize ng events para sa mga kapwa kong manlilikha ng comics. Pero mostly para makapagbenta rin ako ng comics ko. Yeah. As, for 20 years, gumagawa ako ng comics. Yun lang din po yung trabaho ko. So yun.
Okay, thank you, John. Ikaw naman, Makoy, quick introduction lang sa iyo at sa iyong mga comics.
Hello, si Makoy. Gumagawa ako ng comics. At yun lang.
Maraming ginawa na si Makoy. Pinaka-latest yung School Run saka yung Aswang High ng ano. Yan. Pero marami pang iba like yung Mascot, Operasyon, mga indie na naging short film. Okay.
Pareho naging short film yun.
Oo nga. So, Naul. Ayun. John, pag-usapan natin yung Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Paano nagsimula or paano kayo nag-collab ng National Bookstore para dun sa...
Pinagandaan ko yung question na yan kasi alam ko itatanong mo yan. So, ang Philippine Writers and Readers daw, Philippine Readers and Writers. PRWF ba siya o PWRF? PRWF.
Ikaw nakakaalam nun.
Readers muna, Readers and Writers.
Isa siyang event that is hosted by National Bookstore. So apparently has been going on since 2014. It was formerly called Philippine Lit Festival, Philippine Literature Festival. Tapos from 2014 to 2019, annually siya nagaganap. Paano nakasali si Comic-Con for this iteration? National Bookstore, kung sa mga nakaka-attend naman ng event, you've always known that for the past decade, more than a decade na naming sponsor si National Bookstore. In-invite through Lay Mongkal, so initiative to ni Miss Lay, na makasali ang Comic-Con for ang pagbabalik ng Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Yun. Kaya kami nakasali sa PRWF.
Nakumute ka, Mel.
Itong darating na August 14 to 16, so itong this coming Friday, hopefully tapos na yung habagat na dinadaan.
Oo, kasi parang dalawang events yun na matatamaan ng ulan.
Mm-hmm. So, ano yung mga dapat abangan, John, dito sa Philippine Readers and Writers Festival?
Okay, sa Comic-Con side, which is yun lang naman yung mostly mas familiar ako na program, sa Friday, maglo-launch si Lyndon, isa sa aming mga organizers ng kanyang, di ko na alam kung pang ilang books yun eh. As in, more than 30 years na gumagawa ng indie compilation si Lyndon. So maglo-launch siya ng book, yung Birkada Scandal on Friday. Tapos ako naman, on my part, I'll be talking about the past 20 years of comics and Comic-Con. Tapos sa Sabado naman, we'll have SKP conducting a cartooning workshop. Si RD tsaka si Gios Desk, I believe, yung inyong representatives nun. And si Sir Ian Velasquez will be talking about yung grandfather niya and yung commemorative na book about Kenkoy and si Tony Velasquez. Tama? And
Yes.
on Sunday naman, si Teacher Phoebe at si Teacher Robert of Stories and Stuff, they conduct workshops for homeschoolers na mga kids who produce their own comics. Yun, meron silang showcase for Sunday. So that's the
Yan.
Comic Con side. Sa side naman ni National Bookstore, marami silang slated na mga creators and writers and authors and all sorts of talks and signings.
Oo. Ayan, siyempre ang Indie Comics Podcast, i-promote natin yung event pero mas maglilin tayo sa Comic Con side kasi dito tayo sa side ng comics.
Yun na. Kasi maraming nagtatanong sa akin kung yun lang ba yung event namin this year. May mga nagbabaka sakali na parang, baka biglang, kasi bigla na lang din in-announce eh. Hindi out of the blue. Usually kasi di ba pag may events kami, we usually announce all 3 start of the year. Tapos wala kami ina-announce all throughout. Tapos biglang, may event kami by August. Tapos may mga nagtatanong sa akin na, baka may mga surprise events pa kayo sa end of the year. Mukhang wala. Mukhang ito lang yung event natin this year. Namin.
So ito lang muna talaga, John.
Parang disappointed yung tone mo.
kasi napansin ko na rin yan na parang wala kayong in-announce na Indicate Summer Comic Con kasi lumipas.
Kasi August ngayon, alam naman ng mga mas ma-attend ng Comic Con, it's Indicate season. So walang Indicate. So lumipas na yung April at May, so walang Summer Comic Con. Wala kaming announcement for October, November. So mas malaki yung chance na wala ding Comic Con Grande.
Sige. Gusto itong itanong ng lahat ng comics people, so itatanong ko na lang. Ano yung main reason kung ba't nag-pause ang mga event ng Comic Con bago natin balikan yung Philippine Readers and Writers Festival?
Pinaka main reason naman with any event is funding. Kasi funding naman talaga yung nagpapatakbo ng events. As much as we want to do the 3 event format, parang hindi na siya ganun ka-viable like before na the event would pay for the next event. Hindi na ganun yung nangyayari with our ikot ng finances.
Okay.
So yun. So we met last year, tapos parang yun yung naging consensus na maybe we should like cut down the events. Pero masyadong nag-cut down ata na nawala actually yung lahat. Pero what we talked about, pasintabi sa aking mga kapwa community members, gagawa na lang may siguro ng 1 event a year. Tapos it just so happens na parang mas marami kaming ibang inaasikaso personally. Kaya hindi na namin naasikaso the event itself na dapat namin ihahain with the creators.
At may tanong ako, John. Kung ngayon na hindi kayo yung ngayon parang meron kayong ka-tie-up national. Paano naging iba yung karanasan nyo bilang organizer na parang meron na kayong ka-share sa pagpapakilos ng event? Pareho lang ba nung Comic Con days?
The deal we had with NBS is sobrang autonomous nung Comic Con side. As in, we're on a separate floor. We're on the 3rd floor. Most of the exhibitors that will be joining us will be with us sa 3rd floor. While it is co-promoted, hinayaan kami ni National Bookstore to organize kung sino yung mga gusto mag-exhibit with us. So it's very different. It's almost the same except we're not handling any of the logistics with the venue aside from renting yung ancillaries natin, the tables and chairs para sa ating mga exhibitors.
Pero yung venue sila na nag-provide? Hindi kailangan magbayad.
Yung venue nila is yung National Bookstore Araneta Center. Ayaw na pala nilang ipatawag na super branch yun. So it's the National Bookstore Araneta Center.
Okay. Hindi na siya super.
Baka hindi na siya super. So para doon sa mga kasing edad ko, yun yung ating yung kitaan natin dati before pag magkita tayo sa Cubao, madalas doon. Yung mga wala pang cellphone nung panahon na yun.
Katabi ng gateway.
Wala pang gateway noon kasi nasa harap ng Araneta Coliseum.
Mm-hmm. Pero yun yung the best na lugar para maghanap ng mga book libro na kasi.
Yes. There was a thing kung nagkolekta ka ng YA books, doon, tumambay ka doon, makukompleto mo siya at ano yun, at laging sale or clearance price.
May mga nabili din akong mga art books doon noon eh. Pero tinigil ko na kasi nga hindi ko nababasa. So sabi ko, but that's a different
ano rin, parang kung naalala ko ng tama, pangalawang issue ng Culture Crash doon ko nabili.
Sarili yung comics doon mo nabili?
Well, hindi naman ako originally partner staff din. Nagsimula ako as fan ng Culture Crash. Yung first issue ng Culture Crash, nabili ko sa National Bookstore din, pero yung Quezon Avenue branch nila. Yung malapit sa may Aberdeen Court. Tapos, yung second issue, doon ko nabili sa Cubao.
Ayun. Thank you so much, John. Ito, mag-shoutout tayo sa mga nanonood. Hi guys. RH Kilantang. Nag-iisang comics ninja. Quite frankly, in my head, I call it Philippine Reader Writer Fest kasi nga ang hirap ng abbreviation. Hello po mga sir.
Actually, parang mas mahirap nga sabihin yung abbreviation dun sa actual name.
WF. PRWF.
Prof.
Kita tayo sa
basta ang tinandaan ko, mauuna yung reader bago yung writer. Kaya Philippine Readers and Writers. And
parang magandang notion na mauna yung reader kaysa dun sa writer.
Yun sa pangalan nila. Sabi ni Erika, considering what is happening elsewhere, this is far more honorable choice regarding dun sa events ng Comic-Con. Ayan. So, ang hope natin ay dumami pa ulit after ng pandemic yung mga nagbabasa at nagsusupport sa Pinoy Comics para lumago ulit yung mga comics events natin. Kasi napansin ko rin na mga pop culture events, hinahaluan na talaga nila ng iba-ibang merch, hindi katulad ng Comic-Con na comics lang talaga, comic-centered na. Para sa mga comics fans, mas lalo na kung yun lang talaga yung gusto mong puntahan, di ba? Pupunta ka sa ibang event kasi hahanapin mo pa kung saan nakaupo yung nagbebenta ng comics. Kapag Comic-Con, comics lang. So,
well, to provide a counterpoint naman, most of the pop culture events dati, di ba parang side event lang tayo. Pero ngayon, they make it a point na parang part na tayo actual ng program. Na parang yung artist alley, for the lack of a better term, sa trade show floor ng mga comics creator, sinasali na nila yung local comic creators. Ayun kasi parang ang hirap i-differentiate. Local creator din naman kasi ang ating mga professional illustrators that work for foreign publishers. Pero what I meant is the local creators that were producing their own titles. Parang sinasali na ngayon ng pop culture events na part talaga sila ng program or part talaga sila ng floor. Hindi na lang sila parang kasi nung time namin parang hindi pa siya talaga well-defined kung ano yung pinoproduce ng mga exhibitors na yun. Pero ngayon parang nakikita ko like with Super Manila as in pinopromote din yung mga creators that produce their own titles. Aside from yung mga superstar nating mga rockstar illustrators that work for more well-known IPs for foreign publishers.
Oo. Sobrang
Sino halimbawa, sino example ng mga yun? Sino Manix?
Manix, I still consider Manix as a local creator, even if parang nag-shift siya for a certain part ng career niya with making more well-known IPs, diba? Under Next. Pero, I mean, sina Kapitan Tambay, I think they do well sa mga ganong events. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
And Kapitan Tambay is a self-publishing indie creator. So meron ng different parang nagkaroon talaga ng paradigm shift with the events. Mm-hmm. So while it was okay for a time that we had a super comic centric event, I think the introduction of the book fairs, tapos we got adopted with the reader community ng mga book publishers. Mm-hmm. I think it helped din. So parang hindi naman siya malaking kawalan that we don't have that big. Well, Pikoff is actually a comic centric event and maganda yung turnout nun.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Sayang lang na medyo maulan nung time na yun. So hopefully marami pa ring nakapunta. Hindi ako masyadong nakapagtambay nun dahil may baby. Pero yun, pag mas malaki-laki na.
It's the same with the situation, yung situation mo, Mel. Most of us, of our batch of creators, grew up na. So we have different priorities na. Di ba? So yun.
Yeah, so importante talagang mag-cater tayo ng new creators.
Yes, that's why sobrang natutuwa ko lagi na makita si Robert and yung kanyang nino-nurture ng mga batang creators. Kasi
si Robert Magnuson.
Si Sir Robert Magnuson. Kasi I find myself then most of the time na pag ini-invite ako to talk about comics, yun lagi yung pinag-uusap, yung lagi kong gustong i-hammer na point na kailangan natin continue pa rin yung paggawa ng comics. Malalaki na actually yung strides ng situation of creators right now. Hindi na siya, may option na sila to look for publishers like Comiket. As in, Comiket has been very welcoming creators that does not want yung hassle of self-publishing. Diba? If nag-fit ka sa mold of what they're looking for in a creator, they would publish your work.
These days, maraming creators.
What's that?
Maraming creators na nadidiscover nila lang sa Instagram o sa mga Facebook posts nila.
Oo. Saka yung Comiket University na kapag
yung the initiative to teach comic book making, nagpupush ng mga younger creators who would have not even tried making comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yun, congrats sa Comiket sa mga initiatives. Yeah.
Pero ito initiative ni National Bookstore.
Yes. Since mas partner namin si National Bookstore, I guess that's why they reached out to Miss Lay na mag-partner with us.
Mm-hmm. Pag-usapan natin sandali itong Kicks card.
Okay.
Get to know.
So, ito naman Kicks card is a brainchild ni Mr. Lyndon Gregorio. If you notice, for the past decades, nagkaroon ng parang side community of those who collect original art with mga sketch cards. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of mga nagko-cross over with mga comics creators natin. They also do sketch cards din.
Mm-hmm.
So naisip ni Lyndon, pahirapan palalo yung mga tao, gumawa ng mas maliit pa.
Yan yung talagang pelikula text na mas maliit eh.
Oo, para doon sa mga bata na nakikinig, dati pag sabi mag-text tayo, hindi yun ibig sabihin mag-SMS kami. As in, magdadangkalan kami ng mga baraha namin. Tapos maglalaro kami sa kalye. Yun yung parang gateway to gambling ng mga bata.
Nagbago na nga John parang wala na rin yatang masyadong nagte-text message ngayon kundi Messenger na, Discord.
Wala na Facebook na lang, Viber or some online messaging app yung ginagamit nila. Dapat nga gawin na lang ulit sanang libre ng 'di ba? Para rin ulit sa mga bata na nakikinig, dati libre yung pagte-text. Walang bayad yun. Kaya naging text capital ang Pilipinas before. Kasi libre yun.
Yeah.
Panuhan ng GSM.
GSM. Galing sa magnanakaw.
Hindi yung Hinebra. Baka Hinebra yung inisip.
So itong text card. So alam natin yung text card dati, yung mga laruan pambata dati na sabay na parang collectible. Yun yung unang collectible card game Nauna yun sa Magic the Gathering, di ba? So kinokolekta mo siya. Minsan meron siya comic strips na number. Tapos kukolektahin mo yung bubuin mo yung kwento, kasama siya sa mga snacks, ganon. Pero itong Skex card, ano pinakaiba niya doon sa dating text na yun?
Okay, yung Skex card is a amalgam of the text and the sketch cards. Kaya siya Skex.
So it's magko-commission ka ng artist na
yes. Yun yung concept that you could use it to commission artists to do small original artworks dun sa maliit na card na yun.
Ang hirap naman. Curious ako kung paano siya magta-turn out pagtapos na.
Well,
sige, go ahead.
Nung comics camp, comics create namin sa galeria, namigay si Lyndon nung Skex card. Actually, hirap ako actually mag-drawing doon. Pero katabi ko nun si Melvin Kalingo, si Ilog, saka si Elmer. Tapos nagpalitan sila nung Skex card nila, tapos nag-drawing sila. So pag magaling yung illustrator, maganda yung lumalabas.
So kapag pangit yung lumabas, comics people, ibig sabihin?
Yung nagpa-drawing sa akin si Baby, yung asawa ni Elmer, yun, pangit yung lumabas kasi ako nag-drawing. Pero nung si Elmer, si Melvin, ang ganda.
Maganda din yung kay John. Culture crush boy yan So, John, yung collaboration ng National Bookstore dito sa Philippine Readers and Writers Festival, di ba siya primarily for book authors. Why is it important to have comics as part of the festival?
It's like I said, di ba, yung cross-pollination natin with the book fairs before produced a lot of new readers para sa atin. And also, parang aminin na natin, sobrang insular nung comics community before, na there was a time na lahat ng uma-attend ng event ng Comic-Con and also the exhibitors, magkakakilala. Pero yung entry ng Meganon is actually the one who instigated attending book fairs. Meganon actually, si Tepay and si Paolo and si Micah, sila yung nag-instigate nun to join the book fairs, which opened up a lot of doors for the other creators. And also for Paolo and Comiket as a publisher. Diba?
Yeah. Doon nagsimula yun school tour. Doon sila parang nagbazar-bazar sa mga school, tapos doon sila nakakuha ng mga iba-ibang connection at readers na na-introduce.
Yung Comic-Con actually also started with the school tours. Kaya if you would notice, Comic-Con started sa school.
UP.
Oo, kasi that's where we got the idea na, we could also do this. Kasi an organization, a student organization, was organizing a similar pop culture type event. This was UP Ame. They do anime events. Si UP Ame nga nakakapag-SMX Ganun sila kalakas during their heyday. So nung nakita namin that they, as a student, or they had resources, or they found the resources or funding na makapaghanap ng venue within the school, naisip namin na we as young professionals, young nung time na yun, hindi na ngayon, we could also do the same. So parang most of yung mga initiatives actually for comics started out sa school fairs.
Yeah. nung time na part kami ng sulyap ni Makoy, nakasama pa kami sa Savior ba yun?
We did a lot of weird events, di ba? Meron pa tayong event dati sa Circle, naalala niyo yun?
Yun yung time na talaga hirap na hirap tayong makahanap ng venue to sell our comics. Pero ang kagandahan ngayon, mahirap nang pumili kasi sa sobrang dami ng pwede mong attenan.
Which is good for the creators. I mean, hindi naman natin kailangan lagi na parang magkaroon tayo ng super comic-centric event. It's up for the creators to look for markets ngayon. Kasi ngayon, ang dami ng options eh.
Yeah.
Kung gusto mo nga mag-weekly ata, kaya eh. Kasi merong weekly na event somewhere.
Oo. May mga iba-ibang organizers na o-organize ng event. Pero that's a different story kapag pag-uusapan natin yung mga events. Kasi may mga events na naging controversial, tapos kasi hindi maganda yung management, ganyan. Pero yun nga.
Naapektuhan ba yung paghahanda nyo ngayon yung mga recent na kontrobersya ng mga pop culture events?
Well, what was funny was when that was happening, we weren't organizing anything. Di ba? As in, nabanggit nyo nga kanina, you were looking for our announcement pero we weren't announcing anything. That meant na wala kaming ino-organize na anything. So, parang for that brief moment, parang masaya ako, not because of the issue, masaya ako ngayon na for the first time I'm outside looking in. Kasi most of the time nasa gitna ka nung issues na ganun eh.
Totoo. So kapag pipili kayo ng event, Comics People, mag-research muna kayo kung ano yung feedback dun sa mga events na pupuntahan nyo o yung track record. Kasi mahirap ng mga ma-scam.
Actually, yun yung medyo nakakabahalang part that there are now like dummy accounts trying to scam mga artists. Di ba? Parang I saw nga yung parang that event and another event nagmi-misrepresent sila na merong ganitong event pero para siyang flood control project, ghost event siya.
So magpapanggap silang event, kukunin nila yung bayad mo, tapos bigla sila mawawala.
Tapos pag tinawagan mo yung venue, ay wala palang ganung event. Walang So kailangan na talagang maging extra vigilant. As in with all these options comes in option for opportunists na mang-scam lang tao.
Yeah, do your due diligence.
Due diligence.
Due diligence. Okay. Balik tayo dun sa event na masayang event na Philippine Readers and Writers Festival 2026. So merong specific portion dun yung celebrating 20 years of Comic-Con and Pinoy Comics. So ano yung pwedeng i-expect ng Comics People natin dun sa part yun?
Para sa mga naka-attend na ng mga talks ko, kasi parang ano lang yan eh. I've been, parang stand-up, meron akong hinandang set, tapos pag ini-invite ako ngayon ng any school, yun na yung sinasabi ko. Pero itong sa Friday, well, kasi iniiwasan ko din na maging parang self-gratifying na it's all about Comic-Con. Usually, ang pinag-uusapan ko talaga is about comics being a cultural art tradition talaga na Pilipinas. Kasi parang para sa mga, ito, ulitin ko ulit. Kasi parang sa ulong-ulo ko na yung set eh. Yung comics kasi, as in kinoconsider talaga ng Philippines as a traditional art culture. Ni-research ko, hindi ganun kalalim, pero parang sa research ko, Pilipinas lang ang merong national artist. Dalawa pa for comics. As in, so ang kahanay mo doon, architecture, performance arts, film, painting, literature. Yun yung mga may national artist. So if we're under that category, talagang pinapahalagahan ng Pilipinas ang comics as an art medium. Tapos, di ba, isa pang bagay na may pagmamalaki mo kung ikaw ay isang comic book creator. Even our national hero, Jose Rizal, has been recognized by certain circles as one of the first graphic novelists. So, part talaga siya ng history and ating art culture tradition ang pagko-comics. Kasi isa pa, if you want to learn more about yung mga pinagsasabi kong to, attend kayo nung aking talk sa Friday.
Libre
And
yun,
also,
libre.
kasi we're doing an event din, Makoy actually, and I will be doing an event on Thursday sa May Laguna. So we'll be going to San Pablo colleges and we'll be talking about comics ulit.
Kasama yung Seven Lakes Comics Convention.
This is organized by the Seven Lakes Comics Festival.
Okay. Dahil nabanggit mo yung Seven Lakes, may balita ba na may Seven Lakes Comics Festival this year?
I think they announced that we do not have a physical actual event this year. Pero what we're doing right now as part of the committee is we're, like I said, nagsispread kami ng gospel about Filipino. We're looking to inspire new creators to try their hand at making comics and reading local comics. Yeah.
Mga comics evangelist. The good news of comics.
So sila na sombrero na gano'n, yung matigas.
Dapat meron ganun tayo. Do you accept comics as your
personal reading material,
pastime and source of joy and entertainment? Ganon.
Tapos ilulublog ka sa tubig.
Ilulublog ka sa mga box of
indie. Tayo dun sa Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Kasi naman di ba? Parang as with any Comic-Con, ang pinaka-importanting part ng Comic-Con are the releases ng mga exhibitors namin. So, I've seen mga sina Mitolo Mahika at si Alamat Agima, they've been posting books na i-release nila. Tapos parang kanina pa lang, I saw si Casey Cordero announce na natapos niya yung book niya. I've been sharing lahat na makita kong nagpo-post ng ganun. So, ang pinaka-importanting part ng Comic-Con has always been the creators. So, kung pupunta kayo ng Readers and Writers Festival, Philippine Readers and Writers Festival, as you want to support Comic-Con, support the creators that braved yung bagong format with us. Kasi maglalabas sila ng books or even if you mga lumang books that you passed on before, diba? It's your chance now to pick those books up.
Interesante. Ito bang unang-unang event dyan sa Cubao area? Alam ko dati si ano sa Project 4 si Better Living Through Xerosography. Pero Comic-Con.
Well, si Comic-Con has called its home centuries before and that's North. And that's Quezon City din.
Pero Cubao ito first time.
Kami din, di ba? Kami din as Comic-Con, we started in Quezon City din, in UP Diliman. So parang, actually, sinasabi ko nga, parang another full circle moment. Cubao has been parang epicenter dati ng comics printing nung industrial age.
Yes.
Actually, if you're familiar with GT Macon, they were holding their events sa may Fisher Mall, di ba? Fisher Mall. And anong tawag dun sa Fisher Mall area? It was the Roses district. Roses. The Roses were a big part of comic history.
Mga publishers ng ano.
So, Quezon City has always been like parang epicenter ng comics.
Yung Funny Comics dati, ang address niya sa Quezon City, yun, nababasa.
Diba? Gasi, Atlas, lahat yun. Quezon City yung address.
Doon pumupunta dati si Randy Valiente pag kinukuha niya yung mga check-in niya.
Oo.
So yun. So parang full circle moment o comics event ulit sa Quezon City. Actually, baka nga gusto ni Quezon City, meron silang magandang event center dun. Baka gusto nilang mag-hold ng cultural comics expo or something.
Oo.
Baka may nakikinig sa Quezon City Hall.
Baka naman,
That's a great idea.
Ma'am Joy Belmonte.
Actually, diba, si Comiket will be doing an event sa may library. Sa Quezon City Library.
Oo.
Yes.
Oo. Huwag na tayong mag-event sa ibang lugar. Sa Quezon City lang, forever.
Huwag naman.
Mahirap punta.
Joke lang.
Imperial Quezon City.
You can't spell
Alam
comics.
ko ng Quezon City, man. Pero parang hindi naman first time na Cubao. I'm sure merong ibang nag-event sa Cubao at a certain time period about comics. So parang mahirap mag-claim lagi na. Tsaka parang hindi ko rin mag-gets kung ano yung purpose that you would claim na kami yung unang event dito somewhere.
Okay
pero
lang
masaya
yan.
kung Quezon City Comics Convention, QCCC.
Oh, parang ano yung nyo dati, yung inyong anthology, QBCCC.
QBCCC. Cubao X, sabi ni Melvin. Oo
Okay.
nga, Sputnik.
Ano yun, epicenter din ng ano yan, ng part.
Sputnik.
Sputnik, di ba? Sputnik has been host to a lot of signings at kung ano-ano pang comics shenanigans.
Oo. Nakapunta ako doon sa may mga signing ng comics creators, no. So, may part dito na i-feature, magto-talk si Ian Velasquez about Tony Velasquez. Tapos, I think magdadala rin siya ng kopya niya nung biography ni Tony Velasquez. How can we keep their legacy relevant to younger readers? And another question, do you think today's young Filipino comics creators are sufficiently aware of the history of Philippine comics?
That's why nga we have to do yung rounds of for people like me, like Randy, or those who are like who wants na mas maging aware yung younger creators. Somebody has to tell them. Wala eh. Kasi wala naman talaga tayong resource to look at it. Aside from dati yung initiative ni Sir Jerry, which was yung Comicero Museum that showcases yung mga creators from certain eras ng comics. Pero ang hirap maghanap ng info about our creators. Kaya I salute anyone that tries to tell the story of comics or the story of Filipino comics to younger readers, younger would-be creators. Hindi sufficient yung awareness and information available, Mel. So the book that ginawa ni Sir Ian about yung great-grandfather ba niya? Grandfather niya. Grandfather niya, no? Grand-uncle. Well, grandfather pa rin naman niya. As in, uncle lang. Siya?
Ang grandfather niya si Dami.
Si Dami. Yun. Kaya sobrang natutuwa ako with estates like the Ravelos, the Cochings, that continue na ipakilala pa rin yung kanilang yung patriarch nila na were very instrumental with Filipino comics history. Si Alcala din, the Larry Alcala and both Alcalas, Larry and Alfredo. As in yung sons and grandsons and grandchildren, the children and the grandchildren, parang they take initiatives para mas magkalat ng awareness about ano yung nagawa ng kanilang mga fathers, grandfathers.
Apat yung
pero yung doon, hindi sufficient. Kailangan pa lang mas maraming nag-talk about it. And kailangan din may nagto-talk about the more modern creators.
Yes.
Important, that's both important na kinochronicle yung the journey of the modern creators and yung ating glorious past. Kasi unless we like parang ang tawag doon, i-recognize both of it, hindi pwedeng isang part lang yung ma-recognize.
Yeah. We have to look back, pero we also have to look forward.
Yes.
Yes. Also, it's for us to move forward. Ma-recognize mo all elements of the history, of the tradition, and also the initiative of the modern initiatives para to move forward na mas may pride kumbaga at mas may nilulook forward kang development ng medium.
Yeah. In other words, ang hindi lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makakarating sa paroroonan. Comics.
Ano din yan parang it both parts yan, hindi lang yung success of the industry, you also have to take a look at what caused it na mawala or what yung mga mistakes. Like yung sinasabi, di ba? Sa mga nag-workshop sa akin, like yung sinasabi na pag meron kayong idol, tingnan nyo rin kung hindi lang yung mga strengths niya, tingnan nyo din yung weaknesses niya para kayo as creators, hindi nyo naulitin.
Question, John. Bilang isang event organizer, halimbawa ito, Philippine Readers and Writers Festival, pero yung readers natin ngayon, marami sa kanila hindi na sa papel nagbabasa, sa screens na, sa phone, sa tablet. Ganon. So pati sa atin sa comics, mga comics na binabasa ng mga bata ngayon, hindi lahat printed. Iba webtoon, digital comic, ganon. So sa tingin mo paano natin mas ma-incorporate yung mga ganong klaseng mga paraan ng yung audiences, creators, tsaka yung paraan na yung pagbabasa sa mga events natin?
Ayan. Again, if you would notice, Comic-Con, even nung start ng Comic-Con 2005, meron kaming partner nun, si Gibeon. Gibeon was one of the first, was one of the many who tried their hand at providing a digital platform. Kasi parang if you would, kung nakakarinig kayo ng mga pag nagdadada ako about comics, lagi ko rin nababanggit about the internet being maybe one of the great equalizers. Kasi di ba dati before, the industry had hundreds of thousands of print run every week. I doubt if there's somebody brave enough to invest that much money to produce that much content or that much publication every week. Pero ano yung pwedeng ipampalit doon? Di ba? The internet. Kasi wala ka ng print cost. Pag ni-print ka, you know that's like at least 500,000 every run.
Yeah.
So, great equalizer yung internet. Meron tayong mga initiatives that were parang on the right track, tapos for some reason na-derail. As in, that's parang parang lagi lang tayo nagkakaroon ng momentum and then setbacks. So parang, which is why when I see initiatives like that, ayun, babalik ako sa point ko before, na any initiative that promotes comics, any readership or creatorship, sinusupport ko. Kung manonotice nyo during the pandemic, di ba? I tried hosting awareness campaign with as much as kung ano yung na-generate kong awareness for them. Parang lahat ata sila in-interview ko para i-present yung platforms nila.
Yeah. Yun yung kulang.
Parang rin yan. Kasi I came from a generation na while nasa tail end siya ng industry, we were looked at as upstarts that trying to buck yung system. Pero parang wala sa utak namin noong time na yun na mawawala pala yung buong system.
Yeah. Well, pati yung buong publishing kasi hindi na rin ganun yung dyaryo nga, panipis na ng panipis. Yung mga magazine, pawala na ng pawala eh.
Yung infrastructure.
Parang if there are platforms that are trying to help us reach more awareness or more eyes, more audience, hindi dapat natin siya nilulook as something that's encroaching or gina-gatekeep natin yung comics. Diba? Dapat ini-embrace natin na let's take a look at what it could offer the creators. I've seen a lot of younger creators that started out on social media. The social media was a whole new game para sa oldies like me na ang weird pa rin sabihin na oldies ako eh. When I started ako yung pinakabata. Tapos ngayon, parang isa na ako sa pinakamatanda.
Bata
so,
pati.
Ano siya, di ba? And again, it boils down to having frequency and proper engagement. Hindi ka pwedeng maging sikat ng bibitaw ka lang ng sobrang gandang comics tapos wala kang follow-through. In a week, in a month, makakalimutan ka ulit kasi there are others na nagre-release. So, you need frequency and engagement. Ang ating ibibigay na example is si Sir Paul. Sir Paul is still successful today. Pero he has the advantage of having 30 years of daily engagement. Daily.
Pero magaling si Sir Paul na for someone his age. Magaling siyang gumamit ng social media kasi lagi kong nakikita yung feed ko may entry si Sir Paul eh.
Ano yung magandang lesson doon? Learn to adapt with what's the resources na available sa inyo ngayon.
Yes.
Yes to AI, ganon.
Teka.
Joke lang
yun.
Joke lang. Pero totoo yun, si Sir Paul talaga isa sa mga haligi ng comics. Kasi nga, pati ngayon, kung aaralin nyo yung ginagawa ni Sir Paul, nagpo-post siya palagi sa Instagram, yung swipe sa comics niya, tapos may mga videos din, tapos marami siyang pinopost, kaya lagi siyang on top sa feed, kasi lagi siyang nagpaparamdam eh. Ganon din si Skype, ganon din si Manix.
Yeah.
Hindi tayo pwedeng as creators na gagawa lang ng comics. Dapat i-share din natin kung ano yung ginagawa natin.
Kasi parang I think some of the mindset is na apakagaling ko, nilabas ko to. Dapat kayo na yung nag-e-effort na ipaabot ako sa lahat ng tao. Kung hindi kayo willing gawin yun, paano kayo makakahanap ng taong gagawa nun for you?
True. May libro na pwedeng yung narinig ko sa isang podcast, yung show your work. Kahit i-share mo lang yung whip mo, yung i-share mo kung ano yung basta lang may ma-share ka para hindi ka mawala sa zeitgeist.
Wow, parang pang thesis word yun.
Totoo. So kapag halimbawa may isang tao dyan or isang new person na gustong magsimulang magbasa, na curious siya sa comics dahil na-encounter niya yung podcast na to at yung podcast mo na Comics Kwentuhan. Saan siya magsisimula?
Kung ano yung creator na kung sino man yung creator na ini-interview mo or ni-interview ko, kung naging interested siya, I suggest yun yung simulan niyang hanaping mga libro. Kasi kung na-interested na dun sa pag-uusap na malamang magiging interesado siya dun sa libro ng taong yan. Pero kung ang tinatanong mo kung sino yung creator na would well represent all of us sa diversity ng talents, ng diversity ng titles ngayon, sobrang ang hirap na magsabi kung ano yung isa-suggest, especially kung ang hilig naman ng taong yun is hindi naman natin alam. Kaya nga, kung dun siya mag-start with our interviews, I suggest, kung naging interesado siya, hanapin niya yung books ng whoever we were interviewing at that time.
Yeah. Or, pwede siyang pumunta kay EK, The Comic Ninja in Instagram, basahin niyo yung mga review. Kapag may nagustuhan siya doon, hindi hanapin niya kay Libreria Angelo. Hindi, mali. Libreria pala.
Libreria, wala nang Angelo, Libreria Comic. Ano yun? books and comics
Libreria.
na to.
Nakakalito pa rin, Jello.
Nag-replant ko kasi mahirap daw sabihin nyo.
Oo. Pero yun, si EK, si Comic Ninja, marami siyang reviews. Tapos pwede rin
si comics reader, si Doc Jules.
Yan. Yun, comics reader, tama. Oo. Dapat nga mas dumami pa yung mga comic reviewer na
Oo, kasi parang ang nangyayari, parang di na sila naniniwala sa atin kasi kaya nyo lang sinasabi yan kasi comics creator din kayo.
Oo, kaibigan nyo lang yun Kaya ni-interview nyo.
Meron nasa TikTok sila, mga book talk.
Natutuwa ako actually that yun nga, yung dahil nga I think with the book festivals and book fairs that mga certain reading circles nag-feature na rin sila ng mga graphic novels.
Oo. Meron akong tanong, John, about yung mga creators, yung mga aspiring creators today. Do you think they have more opportunities than creators did 20 years ago?
There are more opportunities. Hindi ko pa rin masabi that there are more more opportunities Kasi pero as with my generation, your batch, di ba? We found ways para mailabas yung stories natin. Kahit sobrang zero. Pero right now, parang you could always upload in foreign platforms. You could upload on your own social media. You could upload sa groups that are comic-centric, 'di ba? May mga ganun ngayon na local. Dati we had to join mga foreign message boards and other stuff para lang makakuha ng affirmation Ngayon may mga local na ganun.
Oo. May mga local groups.
Ngayon, mas madali mag-post ng trabaho, pero mas mahirap mapansin.
Oo.
Dati,
parang
mahirap.
Sige.
Pero dati, mas mahirap makapasok sa, halimbawa, Atlas o Gasi. Mas mahirap makapasok. Pero once nakapasok ka, meron ka ng more or less steady job. So, iba ngayon. Ngayon, pwede ka lang mag-post ng comics kahit saan at makakuha ng mga eyeballs. Pero mas mahirap gawing sustainable yun. So yun yung
kasi diba? Lagi ko ini-explain nyo na parang meron kasi lagi nagko-compare na bakit noon ganyan kasi noon required ka na mag-submit weekly. Pag hindi ka nag-submit weekly, wala kang pera. Diba? That's a great motivator. Ngayon, you're doing it on the side. Pag di ka nag-submit, wala lang. Walang consequence. Mawawalan ka na engagement. At makakalimutan ka, yun yung consequence. Pero kung hindi naman importante sa'yo yun,
oo nga.
Wala ring effect sa'yo.
Pero ang similarity nila ay dapat parehas na consistent ka. So noon, kailangan consistent kang gumawa ng comics, mag-submit sa publisher. Ngayon, kailangan consistent na gumawa ka pa rin at mag-post, magparamdam, para maging relevant.
In other words, ang bilis mong makalimutan. So, I guess, while mas maraming opportunities, iba yung challenges ngayon. Parang dati nabanggit sa akin nakalimutan ko sino yung nagbanggit sa akin. Pero maganda daw yung engagement niya. Tapos 1 week lang siyang hindi nag-post. As in, back to start siya ulit to gain yung ganung wide
wala
net.
Yung momentum. May kakilala din ako, maganda yung engagement niya Tapos ngayon, kinasal na.
Ikaw ba yun? Ikaw yun, no?
Baka yung makakaisang episode tayo na walang ganong klaseng joke
So John, since marami ka nang napuntahang talks, schools, and basta marami na, too many to mention, ano yung laging tinatanong sa'yo, nagasgas na like, buhay pa ba ang comics? Ganyan-ganyan.
Hindi kasi silang inuunahan na nawala na talaga yung iniisip nila. And gusto ko lang din maging aware sila lagi na, di ba alam nyo yun? Pero 2 dekada nang wala yun. ganun kalaki yun. Kasi hanggang ngayon, alam nyo eh.
True. So,
same
maliban doon,
ang madalas
ano pa yung
tanong
iba?
ko is, yung madalas ko nakikita ang mga posts, yung bakit mas kilala yung foreign products kaysa sa local products. 'Di ba? Parang, well, ako ngayon, dahil nandito ako sa gitna nitong all of this, madaling sagutin, 'di ba? Pero pag sinabi mo sa kanila, saka lang nila ma-realize na, kasi, yun nga, walang frequency, hindi siya ganun ka-wide yung audience, hindi siya nakikita ng mga tao. Pero kung isipin mo, 'di ba? Kilala mo pa rin si Darna, 'di ba? When did you last see Darna published?
Tagal na.
'Di ba? And
Mango
ayun yung
Comics ba?
kasi dati pinupukpok yung Darna and the rest of the IPs sa utak nyo because we had that machinery before. Ngayon wala na.
Yeah.
So yun yung madalas itanong, bakit mas sikat yung ano. Pero pag tinanong mo sila, kilala nila si Darna, si Lastic Man, si Panday, si Suma. Kahit decades nang hindi natin nakikita yung mga IP na yun.
Pero yung IP na yun kasi na alam nila, TV show, movies, hindi sa
Pero
comics.
kahit TV na yung alam nila, it was from comics. So meron tayo dating makinarya dati that pushes into the consciousness yung mga bagay na yun. Si Combatron never had any cross media jump, di ba? Pero yung fans niya up till now, kilala si Combatron.
Oo. Si Combatron ng isa sa mga top influence ng mga comics artists ngayon. At yung mga matatanda na ring mga comics collectors ngayon, binabasa nila si Combatron noon.
Ganun nadidrill sa utak ng mga tao if you have frequency. Like, yun nga, ano pa yun eh, weekly pa yun, di ba? Every Friday, bibili ka lang funny comics. Tapos yung formative years mo sa kid, ngayong 30, 40 ka na, naalala mo pa rin. Kasi it became part of your habit. It became part ng
may generation na Combatron, tapos may generation na Super Dog, Super Cat yung nila eh. Mga naging favorite nila. So, alam mo yung...
Sige, ang tanong ngayon, paano tayo makakagawa ulit ng mga ganun, ka-solid na fan base? Ngayon, wala na yung dating comics, wala na yung dating publishing na yun.
Which goes back to yung using what's available na resource sa'yo. Nasagot nyo na kanina, di ba? It's frequency and engagement. Dapat lagi yung constant na naglalabas ng something. Si TK came into our consciousness 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
2020.
Pero still constantly, di ba, naglalabas siya.
Tapos ngayon, nag-aano na siya, visual arts.
Pero may once you stop, mawawala ka talaga sa consciousness.
Oo. Naisip ko yung fandom ni Arnold Are, fandom ng 13, fandom ni Skype, fandom ng Duty Ka Ba, mga active fan base yan.
Si 13 nga, it's like a downturn with 13 because they haven't released any new material for the past 2 years ata.
Pero active yung nila, 13 Facebook group.
Pero imagine if nung lumabas yung animated series and they pumukpok sila ng monthly. Imagine mo kung gaano kalakas ngayon yung brand nila. Kung pumukpok sila ng monthly from that point up till now.
Yeah, sayang, no?
Pero yun nga kasi all of this is parang theory lang, di ba? Pero meron tayong mga evidences na pag ganun yung ginagawa mo, you get more hindi naman popular but you remain sa consciousness nung readers. Parang yung ability mo na lagi ka lang nandun, yung ability to just be showing up everywhere. Pero hindi siya mag-work pag it's just the same thing na nalabas mo na 2 years ago.
Oo,
Or
dapat laging
3
may
years
bago.
Parang ano yan eh, mapapansin nyo, when we were doing Comic-Cons kayo, di ba? Pag wala kang bago, tapos the next event na, it's the same people, like I said, in Sri Larsa, wala kang masyadong sales.
Mm. True,
Pero
dapat
kung may
laging
bago, maganda yung sales mo.
Mm. Yun. Ang
So
bilis
yun,
ng
again,
oras.
ang ating usapan is the Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Ulitin lang namin para sa mga just tuning in. Attend kayo, it's in Cubao, Araneta City. National Bookstore branch is one of the oldest branches ata. Or katabi siya ng gateway, right, facing yung Araneta Coliseum. Support the comic book creators there. Pero I also like to say na meron kaming kasabay na event, Comiket, sa Ayala the 30th. There are also comic book creators doon. So kung ano yung kaya nyong puntahang event, support our local comic book creators.
Puntahan niyo yung dalawang event sa umaga, sa Philippine Readers and Writers Festival.
3 days naman both yun eh. 3 days both. So you could like assign a day kung may ka-day. Hopefully hindi na maulan sa weekend. Para magkita-kita tayo.
Yeah. Sabi ni Alexander, see you guys
pupunta sa national. Also, for those who are from the Laguna area, kami ni Makoy will be in San Pablo Colleges sa Thursday. Pupunta ka ba, Makoy?
Yes. Pagkasunod yung talk natin.
Yeah, congrats sa inyo and shout out sa mga taga ano na yung school ulit? Laguna?
San Pablo Colleges.
San Pablo Colleges. SPC. Okay. So yun, support natin yung Comic-Con, support natin ang National Bookstore event, yung the Philippine Readers and Writers Festival 2026, 40 plus events for artists, authors, and bookworms like you. August 14 to 16. Yung mga...
Also sabihin ko, kasi kung napapansin nyo with mga Comic-Con events namin, ang gaganda lagi nung sale ni National Bookstore ng mga graphic novels nila pag nandun kami sa Bayanihan. Imagine nyo na lang ano yung naka-sale ngayon dun sa branch na malaki nila.
Oo, true. Free entry pa to, yun yung pinaka maganda. Walang bayad. So kung interested kayo sa comics, illustration, and graphic storytelling, sa August 14, Friday, 20 years of Comic-Con and Pinoy Comics with John Zamar. Tapos...
sabi ni Sherry, i-plug ko lang. So, yung comic 20th anniversary book na inspired ni Ray Magbanwa will be available. Kasi may marami nagtatanong sa akin kung saan mabibili yun eh. So, this weekend may available na limited amount doon siya event. As in limited, 20 lang ata. Parang 20 for 20 years. So kung gusto nyo ng kopya, punta kayo doon, tapos papirmahan nyo doon sa lahat ng nandun.
Oo. Ayan. So maraming mga talks, how-to series, novels to comics with Noel Lion Flores, Saturday, Kengkoy, and Velasquez.
Si Noel, professor ko yan sa UST.
Yan, maganda yan, no? Tapos sa hapon, Sabado, SKP Cartooning Workshop with RD Aquino and Gius Des. Tapos sa linggo, Nurturing the Next Generation of Comics Creators with Robert Magnuson and Phoebe Periza. Yan ang pinaka-importante. That's the new generation. If you have
kids actually na interested with making comics, maraming mga nag-o-offer ng workshops for kids. Si Naisa and si Juan ng Kwentun has a great program for kids. Comiket University offers also for siguro mas younger adults na creators. So yun, if nurture niyo yung hilig ng mga anak niyo na magkwento.
Tapos may magwa-one up pa yung mga babies, mag-comics ka. Talagang sa umpisa pa lang, paglabas pa lang, comics na agad. Imbis na book, yung mga hard book for babies, comics yung binubuklat mo.
Tabihan nyo ng mga libro ay wag. Baka
Mabibigat. Ayun, thank you very much, John Zamar. Saan ka pwedeng i-follow ng mga followers?
Okay. Follow niyo yung Facebook page ko, John Zamar. Hindi si Lupi yung profile pic nun. Totoong tao po yun. Totoong tao. Hindi po scammer yun. Tapos follow niyo rin comiccon.org sa Facebook. Follow niyo yung aking YouTube channel. Wala akong current videos, pero I'm planning to do around again siguro by September, or hindi, after na siguro na MIBF. By November siguro.
Oo nga, ang lapit na ng MIBF.
Malapit na actually. Promote na rin natin. First week ng September is Super Manila. Inannounce nila yung isa pang libro that I worked on 2 years ago. Gumawa sila ng kanilang exclusive version, exclusive edition nito for Super Manila. Kaluluwa ni Dante by our national artist Francisco Coching. I recreated yung cover nun. So, particularly proud dun sa cover, sa cover na yun. And actually the entire project. There's another exciting project. Hindi ko na sila pangungunahan. Expect nyo na lang. Pero kung na rin kay Super Manila, there's a lot of local creators din doon. Aside from yung mga superstar na Forex.
Totoo. Ang maganda sa mga ganong events, iba-iba yung pwede mong makita compared sa Comic-Con, compared sa Comiket. So, pwede nyong i-explore yung mga events para malaman nyo yung pagkakaiba.
Kung mahilig kayong pumila.
Makoy, ano ang iyong mga socials at ano yung current project na you're working on?
Kami ni Sai, meron kami tinutuloy namin yung Asonghay. Kami ni RD, tinutuloy namin yung School Run. Tapos, ayun, may kami ni John sa Thursday sa San Pablo.
Hindi pa rin natin nabanggit, no? Kung mayroon kami comprehensive list of the comic book creators that will be joining us. Andun ata si Sai, right?
Saan? Sa San Paulo?
Parang nakalist siya.
Sa national, sa PR
Stories and Stuff, Many Comics, Halia, Julien, Comic Spot, Clouds and Francis, Ad Chief Press, Mito, Lomahika, Alamat Agimat, Comic Book Club, Kudlis, Simon Deville, Shonen Bat, Jerry Fernando, Belbe, Just Hansel Art, Mitzi, Young Grannies, HH Flashback, Libreria Comics, The Kaiju Kid, David Sising, Kawangis Pulsar Press, Spider-Dan, and Gab Escape, Comic-Con, Mercado Comics, Zam Designs. That's all.
Oy, birthday ni Spider-Dan sa Sunday.
Oy.
Wow.
Advance happy birthday, Spider-Dan. Napanood nyo na ba ang Spider-Man? Amazing.
Ilang beses na kayo napanood ni Spider-Dan yun?
Maraming beses na parang nakita ko yun.
So yun, maraming salamat Mel sa pag-imbita sa akin para i-promote ang PRWF this weekend. So, attend kayo ng mga ma-attendan yung event and always support yung local comic book creators natin.
Yes. Basta isisingit ko lang, we love Comic-Con and we hope na makabalik ang pag-i-event ng Comic-Con this year or next year or kung kailan kayo babalik, isusupport namin yan.
Or malay nyo, baka may surprise nga. Hindi, wala.
Joke. It's prank. Ganun sila. Ayun, thank you comics people sa mga nanonood ng IKP. Let's support local comics. Support yung mga comics creators natin. And kung nanonood kayo sa YouTube, please like and subscribe. Malaking tulong yan at mag-comment kayo para may silbi naman yung mga keyboard. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sa membership ni Mel, may maraming mga behind the scenes.
Wala pa.